Hello friends, how are you? I am the Rocky Mountain Picker. Happy Friday. I've got another video from Japan. I'm in Tokyo here. As you can see, the weather was not too great, but honestly I felt like it kind of made the vibe a little bit more chill. It was pretty cool. As you can see, it's still busy. I mean, it's the most populated city on the planet. So everywhere you went, there were people, even in the rain. You know, they're right there in the video. Somebody just rode by on a bicycle in the rain. It was crazy. It was a fun trip. But I'm pretty excited about this video because I went to a Bookoff. And if you've never heard of Bookoff, that is a secondhand store in Japan. So I believe that you can go to Bookoff and you can sell your items, and then they sell them at a little bit of a higher price, kind of like a thrift store. But thrift stores, you know, everything's donated. So this is a secondhand shop, but you can find some really good stuff. I had some stuff that I was specifically looking for when I went to Bookoff, and I didn't do so great finding exactly what I was looking for, but that just kind of made me look at other stuff, different stuff I might have passed up on. If I would have just found everything I was looking for, you know, specifically, then I might not have found the stuff that I actually did pick up. So this Bookoff is in Tokyo. I do go to a couple more, so I'll have a few more videos, but here we are now. This Bookoff was in Tokyo. It wasn't in the heart of the city. This one was a little bit outside. I'm going to see if I can find the location. Maybe I'll put up a little map showing exactly where it was. But it was great. It was everything I imagined it would be. There was a section for houseware, home goods. This section is video games, Pokemon cards. There's obviously a floor that was dedicated to books and magazines, and there was a whole nother floor that was all toys and collectibles and figures. It was absolutely great. I loved it. So this video I was pretty excited to edit, give you an idea of the stuff that you can find there. I believe at this store I only pick up one item, but we'll take a look. I'll show you some of the cool stuff that I did come across. And yeah, this was just a great time. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I passed up on that you would have picked up. I don't know a whole lot about cards, video games. I enjoy picking up video games, but by no means, I'm not an expert. I didn't know exactly what to look for. The system that they had of organization, you know, sometimes they have them alphabetized, but you know, everything's in Japanese, so it was kind of tough for me to look for specifically what I was trying to find. But it was still a great time. I just enjoyed being able to look through and kind of you know, hunt and pick through some stuff. So yeah, this was a fun one. Let me know if there's anything here that you would have picked up, or if you think I should have picked up. Sorry about the lighting on some of these. It must have to do with their lighting and then the frame rate of my camera.
Game Boy.
They're pricey. I mean, this is like an original DS. They want 9,000. That's basically
$90.
Yeah, $80, whatever. Look, here's. Oh, is that? No, look. The box, 30,000. It's basically like $300. Yeah, they want almost 200 for that. 200 for that. Dang, too pricey. I need to see if they have a junk section. Okay, so when it comes to Bookoff, you can find some pretty amazing deals, but they obviously know what they have. Video games have become extremely popular, so it's really hard to get an amazing deal. But you might have heard I mentioned I need to find the junk section, because I've heard about these Bookoffs, and they usually have a junk section. Japan has a very high standard when it comes to their their items and the stuff that they sell, you kind of don't ever have to worry about the authenticity of a lot of their items. You know, they sell some high-end bags, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, stuff like that, and they don't sell knockoffs in the actual stores. You know, maybe if it's somebody out on the street, I'd want to double check it. But in stores like this, you can pretty much guarantee that everything's going to be authentic and it's going to be good to go. Now, if they do get items that are not working, not functioning, they have issues, a lot of them can go to the junk section. And in the junk section, that's where you can get some pretty amazing deals. You know, I was looking for Game Boys, and sometimes the screens go out, they are scratched, the speakers don't work, something like that. And when you find those in the junk section, you can get them for $5, $10, stuff like that. And so that's what I was mostly hoping to find, but it was cleared out. I was looking for junk, and I think I might have found a couple of things, but I didn't find any Game Boys what I was looking for. I do find some pretty cool stuff here, but not exactly what I was looking for. So it kind of got me looking through different things, looking through vinyl records and toys and other stuff. But it was still a lot of fun. And yeah, so let me know if there's anything here that you think I should have picked up. A lot of the vinyl records were really cool, but it's tough when you know that you have to fit it back into your luggage to get it back to the States. Yeah. So I kind of had to be really picky. It was really hard to leave a lot of this stuff behind, but it was still a great time just being able to look through it and see what the different kind of items were that they had. So yeah, I do pick up something in this video, so keep watching and you'll get to see what I do find.
There's more.
Okay, I'm looking for Game Boys, honestly, because they will put some in here if the screen doesn't work or stuff like that. Yeah, I think they're pretty good about keeping things pretty organized. So I think that it's like when it's all cables, it's all cables. See, like, look at this though. This could be, I have no idea. That could be worth money. Hey, hey. They don't even have this. They don't even have this in America. The Final Fantasy, like pink.
It's cool. PlayStation 3? Wow.
Yeah, PS3.
All right, watching these videos back, just I'm feeling a little nostalgic for Japan now. I had so much fun. I mean, as you can see, walking through this aisle, there was just tons of toys. Even further back there, you got instruments. You got the keyboards and the guitars and the records. I had no idea what I was looking at, but I just knew it was really awesome. It was really cool. There was something for everyone at Bookoff. This one I think was a little overpriced. Being this close to Tokyo, you're gonna spend more. I loved this one. Just that guy standing next to his car. I thought it was super cool. I wish I could have got it. But again, with like the figures, the Gundam figures and the toys, the instruments especially, you can't really get them back in a suitcase. So I unfortunately had to leave them all behind. But there was just so much variety, so much cool stuff. This whole rack of Game Boy games, and it's like I could have started looking through them, but I didn't have all the time in the world, and I didn't know exactly what I was looking at. These big box games. Later on in the trip, I do pick some up, so it's a little foreshadowing in some of my later videos. But there was just so much. This was the first Bookoff I went to. I was feeling a little overwhelmed. All of these Famicom games. They were very, very cheap. I think this was like a bargain bin, because I think there's some more that were behind a case. But it was just super cool. All of this is stuff that I would love to find at a yard sale, estate sale, garage sales, places like that. And it's just in abundance in Japan. So it was just too much fun. Big PlayStation 5 section. I kind of looked through for myself. I'm actually not sure if the PlayStation 5 is region locked. I'm wondering if I picked one up, if I could play the disc in my system at home. I will have the opportunity to test that out, because I do end up picking one up. But yeah, it was just some of the most fun I had there. I mean, we ended up going to Disney and Universal, and even just looking at all the Pokemon cards. I really loved it. This was all my kind of stuff. This whole floor was just full of books. Anything you wanted to find, you could find it there. They had mangas and how-to books, and just anything you wanted to find, you could find it. I do pick up something on this floor. This is the DVDs and the Blu-rays, and first thing when you get on that floor, you get hit with the anime, and this is kind of what I more pivoted towards. I ended up getting a few anime box sets. It's kind of crazy to me how much some of these can go for. Gundam, I was kind of drawn to the Gundam because I remember watching that when I was younger as a kid, and I remember watching it. I just didn't know the value of them, and as you can see here on the screen, some of them go for a few hundred, some of them go for $12, and some of these, it was kind of difficult to look up. I also had a lot of issues when I was there. I had a lot of issues with getting service. A lot of times I'd have to shut my phone off, turn it back on, just to be able to look something up. I was having some troubles. Excuse me, but I think that I kind of realized the DVDs were good. I mean, you could find some that were worth quite a lot, but in the end, I kind of gravitated more towards Blu-rays. I picked up a few Blu-ray sets. At this Bookoff, I ended up picking up just one, but man, I could have spent days in these Bookoffs just looking stuff up, and I would have had a great time. But either way, if you do go to Japan and you're interested in any stuff like this, this is where you can get some really good bargains. Alright, so on the final floor of this Bookoff, there was some clothing, there was some stuffed animals, plush. This was a really cool competitor's hat for, I believe, a Hawaii Pokemon competition. But as you can see, the pricing that would have cost me, it just didn't really make sense. They're selling for about $50, $60. But regardless, it was really cool stuff. A lot of the plush was really cool. There was stuff from Pokemon centers and, somewhat affordable, but it's hard to fit it in the suitcase, and a lot of the figures too, so I ended up passing. But I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, so I ended up getting a couple of Blu-rays. I got the full set of Dragon Ball Super, and I also picked up Dragon Ball Super Heroes. And looking them up, I got a fair price. I did see one sold comp for the box set that went for $280. This was, about a month ago, and now I'm not seeing any sold, but they do still have pretty good comps. And the Dragon Ball Super Heroes that I picked up, I hadn't seen it, so this is stuff that I might put up on eBay. I spent about $157. There's some pretty high asking prices, so I might put mine up for a lot. And if they don't sell, I'm not too worried about it. I'll get to keep it on the shelf. I'll probably watch it a few times. But if they do sell, then that's a pretty awesome score right there. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. And hey, thank you for watching. I had to hit one vending machine while I was there, so I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. I've got a few more coming from Japan.